Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here is a self explanatory quote. Never worry about who will be offended if you speak the truth. Worry about who will be misled, deceived, and destroyed if you don't. There is a lot of truth in that. What is important here is to understand that the truth is an integral part of learning. Man is a creature of reason. And if you remove truth, because learning is all about discovering the truth, appreciating the truth. Your whole life is a process of learning and relearning new lessons, refining them. That is what we are as human beings. And if you do not learn from the past, you are going to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Those who do not want to hear the truth do not want to hear the truth because they don't want to learn or for other selfish reasons. If you look at Zimbabwe, I've said on this platform that Zimbabwe is a failed state. One of the main reasons why we are a failed state is that we failed to learn from the past. We keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Those in positions of power and authority do not want to hear the truth because they don't want to be held to account. And those societies that have appreciated the importance of knowledge, of the truth, they have made progress. And those of us who have suppressed the truth have suffered. I have often shown this quotation from Ian Smith when he disparagingly said that blacks who, if there was majority rule, will be walking on raw sewage and think it normal. He was right. 46 years after independence, we are not only walking on raw sewage, we are drinking it. This whole problem has been identified by others as well. The late Edson Zobo talked about the problems they had in Mozambique. And he called it the Mozambique syndrome. And he said when his fellows, RNPF colleagues, if they were losing an argument, they will start calling you a CIA, just to avoid the substantive issues. It is the same thing. It's all part and parcel of this culture of refusing to hear the truth. And it has not served us well as a nation. We are a failed state because we have refused to accept, or those in power have suppressed the truth being heard because they didn't want to be held to account. In Zimbabwe, it has become normal that if you talk of the corruption, mismanagement, you're accused of being unpatriotic. You don't like unity. So mediocrity has now been rephrased and disguised as cooperation, as patriotism. And nobody has been fooled but our own selves. I think there are two fundamental truths that must be said and said again and again. The number one truth is Mnangagwa rigged the 2023 elections. Per se, he is illegitimate. And it is a tragedy that we, the people of Zimbabwe, have allowed a buffoon like him to be president. And the consequences of our folly is there for everyone to see. Zimbabwe is a failed state. And the longer he stays in power, the longer we'll stay stuck in the rut. The second truth that must be said is that Chamisa lied when he said he had plugged all the vote rigging loopholes to stop ZANU-PF rigging the 2023 elections. He lied to con people to participate in the flawed elections to give the regime legitimacy. He is now back on the political dance floor for the purposes of conning people to participate in 2028 elections, flawed 2028 elections, with the same tragic consequences and for the same selfish reason, greed. This is a fundamental truth that must be said in every city, every town, every growth point, every village in Zimbabwe. Because if he is successful in conning people to participate in 2028 elections, he will give the vote rigging ZANU-PF legitimacy and perpetuate the dictatorship and the nation's suffering. We have a secret duty to speak the truth because man is a creature of reason. And knowledge is part of that reasoning. Truth is part of that reasoning. And we are in the 21st century. And we should not let demagogues, buffoons, and sellouts drag us back into the dark ages under the disguise that we are united, and patriotic. We have a secret duty to speak the truth for our own good, for posterity, and for who we are as human beings.